Hi guys, welcome to another video. Why do I not buy Gucci? What is wrong with Gucci? I love a designer bag. You can see from behind me, I love them. So why don't I buy anything from Gucci? Let's get going. My favourite brands are definitely Louis Vuitton and Hermes. And sort of Chanel and sort of Dior sometimes, although I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with Dior, I do. But everything that I gravitate to tends to be Louis Vuitton or Hermes, and then there is an odd Chanel here and there. I'm also loving Goyard, but there is one brand, I also quite like some of Fendi, I do, and I've talked about the Peekaboo and everything else. But there is one brand that I never ever talk about, and it is Gucci. And I mentioned this in another video where I talked about all of my black bags that I have in my collection. And one of them is this. I have this, and this is my one and only Gucci bag. It is the Gucci Soho Disco bag from years ago. I don't think Gucci do this bag anymore. They've done a newer version of this called, is it the Blondie? So it is just a camera bag, and this was about 500, 600 pounds, I think, something like that, which I think is an okay price. I think is an okay price for it. The Blondies are much more now, but that all aside, I think this has been a great bag. I haven't used this for quite a while because other bags have come into my world and I think they've just overtaken this one, but I keep it because it's just handy. So I cannot say more good things about it. There is nothing wrong with it. It's been fabulous. It's served its purpose. It literally, the leather is great. There is nothing to note on this, and I promise you, this has been through the mill. It has been through the mill. I have not babied this at all, and I don't know if you can see on screen. It's probably lost a little bit of its shape, but it's still fabulous. The leather feels amazing. The inside is disgusting because it's light coloured fabric, and I've used it. I haven't babied it. The zipper's great, the hardware hasn't tarnished, we haven't got any decolorization of anything, oxidization of anything that we get on Louis Vuitton, and to be honest, we do. And this is a full leather bag. So if I rave about it, why have I not bought other things from Gucci? Well, I did go into Gucci. I went to Manchester about a week ago, and I was offered this gorgeous, where is it? I know we're talking about Gucci, but I was offered this gorgeous Hermes Constance, which I could not say no to. So that is why I ended up having a look at other stores while I was in Manchester. But I wasn't buying anything else because once this was happening, that was it. That was it. That was all my pennies spent. But I did go into Gucci because I wanted to just have a look, because I think part of it for me is I haven't given it a chance. I just always go to Louis Vuitton, always go and have a look in Chanel, always go to Hermes, sort of look in Fendi a little bit, had a little bit of a dabble in looking at maybe Goyard, which I do really like, but they are very different. I never ever go to Gucci, I never go in. So why? Let's try and break it down. I think it is mainly, why is it? I'm trying to work it out myself. I think part of it is some of the designs are just a little bit too out there for me. And what I mean by out there, there's some fun colours and designs, and I don't really do fun. I do classics, I do blacks, I dabble a little bit into colour, and then I decide that it's not for me and actually I must sell it. So my staple things are blacks and greys and navies and dark reds. As I say, I have an odd one that's really out there for me, but for some reason I love that. But when it comes to Gucci, some of the colour combinations I just don't really like. I don't. However, I've been into Gucci twice reasonably recently. The first time, let's talk about I'll talk about Manchester in a minute, but a while ago I did a road trip through France and I ended up in Nice, Monaco, Cannes, Antibes, all the south of France, and it was just fabulous. And I did go and have a look in Gucci while I was in, I think we're in Monaco. Or it might have been Cannes. I can't remember, but I did have a look, and the reason that I went in was because my gorgeous friend on here on YouTube, Dale from Dale's Addiction, she had just bought this absolutely stunning Gucci bag in the gorgeous lilac, and I just thought that is beautiful, so I thought I'll go and have a look at this actual bag, and I've forgotten what the bag is called, but it is like a glossy, beautiful patent leather, which I generally don't like, but I really like in this style. And it's got the bamboo handle, or it's got an acrylic handle. It depends on which one you're looking at. It's beautiful. I couldn't find the lilac one, but I found like a khaki green, like a muddy green colour, and I really liked it. I thought it was lovely. I thought it was quite heavy, but I did actually like it. They also do a slightly different version with the leather, sort of a leather wrapped bamboo handle in the burgundy. And the burgundy, I have to say, the burgundy colour that's come out this season for Gucci is just beautiful. So I did have a little bit of a look in Monaco or Cannes, I think it was Cannes. And then when I was in Manchester a week ago, I thought, go and have a proper look. Now, unfortunately, Manchester, the concession inside Selfridges is not big. It really, really isn't that big. So they have a little section for shoes, and then there was a few bags, and there was some canvas bags and some leather bags. They don't have a lot of stock. They really don't. So I couldn't really get a sense of a lot of things in there. But I did try on this tote bag, and people have been raving about this, and it is a very, very beautiful bag. I saw it in the tan colour, I saw it in the burgundy and in the black. It comes in a bigger size and a smaller size. I love how, is it the horsebit tote? Anyway, the horsebit, the metalwork that comes over, has this little magnetic attachment, and I really like that detail, and it felt really comfortable on the shoulder. The leather felt beautiful. There is literally nothing on it that I would say, oh, I don't like it because of that. The price, I think the price is fair, and I have said in previous videos that sometimes I obviously have a hierarchy in my brain, even though I don't like doing that. I obviously have it in my own brain where I compare other brands, and I always go back to the brands I love, and it's as if they're the benchmark, they're the barometer that I measure everything against. So when I see a Gucci bag that's £3,000, nearly £4,000, I think, what? Why? But when you compare it quality wise and design and all the rest of it, and the colour saturation, and you compare it to any of the Fendi bags or the leather Louis Vuitton bags, it's not a bad price. I think this tote bag was 3,200-ish, something like that. It's a fair price, and they are doing really, really well with that tote. So I do think that people are loving it. I don't know, guys, if I am just very, I don't know, pigeonholed into loving Louis Vuitton, and therefore if I have the choice of another brand, I always would go back to Louis Vuitton for that style of bag, even if somebody else does it maybe better. So for example, another example of this is I tried a couple of tote bags on in YSL when we were in Paris, and I, for the first time properly, had a proper look at them. Spent quite a lot of time in YSL, and I just thought these two bags in particular, so it was the INCUR bag and the white tote. And I think the same goes for YSL as it does for Gucci. I think I lump them into the same bracket, that when you actually look at the items and give them the proper chance, they are beautiful. Those two totes, the INCUR bag were in the medium size, and the white tote, particularly the white tote, the leather felt amazing, absolutely amazing. So what is my problem? Why do I not buy them? Why do I not own a YSL bag at all? Never bought one direct from store. I bought one pre-loved, which is the college bag, didn't get on with it. I think I had one that had a particularly strong magnet and it was a pain, absolute pain. So I never used it and I ended up selling it on. I wasn't impressed with it, just wasn't. But the white tote and the INCUR bag, I just think they're beautiful. So why have I not bought them? I honestly think that my brain goes to other brands. I think it's just conditioned to do that. So I'm on a mission going forward to be a lot more open-minded and actually not worry about what the brand is and just buy what I think I'm going to wear and what I love and all the rest of it. So I don't think there's anything wrong with Gucci. I think some of us just gravitate to certain brands more than others. Part of it is when you have a relationship with a sales associate. I have an amazing relationship with Louis Vuitton, and because of that, and Hermes now, hopefully, but because of that, it's a really lovely experience to go there, and there's part of you that just wants to buy from that person, and that is just good selling, isn't it? I suppose it's good marketing from their point of view. But yeah, I've never given Gucci a chance, and I haven't given YSL a chance, and I also don't think I've ever given CELINE a chance. I have looked at it once properly with Steph from Handbagholic. She loves her CELINE. Is it the 16 bag? And so we did go into the store, into the concession in Manchester when we were shopping one time, and they have this heritage leather. Oh, and it's stunning, absolutely stunning. And even for that heritage leather in the, I think it was in the 16 style, the prices weren't ridiculous compared to, for that type of leather in like the Millesine leather or the Berenia leather in Hermes. They're a fortune. So the LV Millesine and the Hermes Berenia, they are an absolute fortune. So I think the prices in CELINE are really fair for the quality of them. But again, there's just something that I go, yeah, it's CELINE. I don't really give it enough credit, really. So yeah, I'm going to be on a mission that when I go maybe when I go to London the next time, because where I live, there's not many stores. I have to go to Manchester, and they're really small concessions in Manchester. So really I need to get to London. So the next time I go, I'm going to give a proper look at those brands in particular. So I'm going to YSL again. I'm going to go to Gucci, and I'm going to go to CELINE, and I'm going to give them a proper chance. Let me know if you do this with brands, guys, whether you have the ones that you gravitate to and you can't really say why. It's just one that you're conditioned to love, or one that you've loved from way back when you were a teenager or something. I think that's part of it. Part of it is the customer service, that you want to go back to somewhere that treats you well and all the rest of it. So yeah, I'm going to try and give Gucci a little bit more credit. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on another one.